Hey, what's up, guys? Mikhail, Bennett here, and I want to welcome you guys to the masterclass, class, webinar, whatever you guys want to call it. At the end of the day, when you guys leave here, you're gonna understand the 6 steps to fixing, building, and maintaining a 750 credit score or higher. Okay, so what you'll learn by the end of this webinar and some of the big takeaways are gonna be: number one, the foundations of credit. How does it work? How does it affect you? And just how does the whole credit game work, right? The second thing is how to read your credit report. What I've realized is a lot of people come to me and they're like, I got this problem. But then when we actually look at their credit report, there's tons of other problems and things that they don't even know about. So I want to help everybody understand how to read their credit report. The third thing is how to spot the negative information and the negative items that you have. Once you can spot them, you can address them. But if you don't know how to spot them, you can't address them, right? The fourth thing I want to show you guys is how to remove those negative items that may be hurting you. If you got collections, inquiries, charge-offs, bankruptcies, repossessions, all those nasty things, I want to show you how to remove them so that you can go out and get approved for what you want. The fifth thing I want to show you guys is how to begin to build good credit, because once you remove the negative items, then you have to start focusing on building positive credit history. So I want to show you guys how to do that. 6, I want to show you how to position your credit profile the right way to get approved 100% of the time. Because it's one thing to have a good credit score, but you really want to have a good credit profile so that you can get approved for, different mortgages, lending, funding. Doesn't matter, right? You want to make sure that your credit profile is positioned the proper way. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So, I'm Mikhail Bennett, and why should you listen to me? Well, I was actually able to increase my credit score over 225 points in less than 3 months using the exact formula that I'm about to give to you. And not only myself, I've been able to help over 300 families be able to use this exact formula for themselves to increase their credit score and put their family in a better position. See, the formula that I'm about to share with you is the bridge between where your credit score is right now and where you need your credit score to be to get the things that you want for you and your family. So pay close attention. So before I get into everything, you might really be wanting to know, who the hell is this dude? Like, who is this guy, right? So my name is Mikhail Bennett. I'm a 30-year-old entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur basically my entire life. If you look, the picture here is actually when I was, I think I was like 22. It was my first real business. I dropped out of college twice, right? And then I had a son. So then I just went and got a job. I was working at Pizza Hut and Michael's to be able to provide. And I actually opened up my own business. It was an ice cream truck. And from that day on, I was head into entrepreneurship. Like, I ain't never working ever again. You know what I'm saying? So that was me. And I found some different struggles throughout my journey, because what I found out was I was in a position where, was I going to invest into my business or was I going to pay my bills, right? And I got into a bind where it was like, no, I have to pay my bills, or I have a family. So my business would always suffer because I could never scale it to the level that I wanted to, because I never had the funds, right? I never had the funds. What I realized was, a lot of people around me that were successful and they were entrepreneurs and they were moving and shaking and making things happen, none of these people were ever using their own money. See, like, these people would take hits in their business and in their life, but at the end of the day, they could always walk into the bank because they have a relationship with them and they have good credit and get whatever they want to restart their business or refund their business or whatever it is, right? So this is when I realized, like, oh my goodness, I'm killing myself because my credit is trash. I can't get approved for a house. I can't get approved for a car. I can't get no credit cards. How can I scale my business if I don't got no help, right? Everyone else around me was using credit. So I said, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. I'm never going to put my family in this situation again where it's either me or them. Like, I'm never going to do that again. So I decided to go all in on credit, learn it. And since I was able to learn it, I was able to help my fiance fix her credit, myself fix my credit, family, friends, strangers, complete strangers all across the world, well, across the country, be able to increase their credit scores and get approved for things that they want, right? And live a better quality of life. So, I couldn't even actually propose to my fiance because like I didn't know. I'm like she gonna want a house, she gonna want cars. I gotta finance the ring. They got David Bridal on TV. I mean, K Jewelers on TV. Like, how am I gonna finance all this stuff, right? How am I gonna get this ring? So, if you look on the picture right here, you see the little ring right here, right? So fast forward a few years later, fixed up my credit. I was able to go get the ring, and now we're engaged, and we're actually going to get married in I think 2-3 months, September. So I'm super excited about that. And right here is actually, this was the car that I got when I actually dropped out of college, right? My dad was like, I'm not helping you get a car until you get a job or two. So I actually got 2 jobs, right? And I went and I got this car, and I had this car, I guess, probably 8-9 years, right? And I drove this car into the ground. And it was to the point where I couldn't go get another car because my credit was trash and I was an entrepreneur. So people would have to co-sign me. Nobody would want to co-sign for me. My credit was trash. So I was actually driving this car and it was smoking. And my son was like, Daddy, is that your car? And I was like, yeah, smell like daddy car about to blow up, right? So at this time, this was another big reason why I was like, you know what? I got to fix up my credit to put my family in a better situation. So fast forward a few months later, I was able to help my family acquire both of these new vehicles right here. As you can see, my son is right there smiling. It's just something sentimental to us because, we know what we were going through, and being able to, elevate in life and be able to get things that are not just liabilities, but also assets that can make us money, and having the power of credit and being able to leverage it has literally completely changed my entire life and people around me. So I want to be able to empower you, and I'm showing you this not to show it off, but to empower you to understand credit is really power. You can get anything you want with it. And don't take it to the cemetery. You see the cemetery in the background? You can't take your credit. You can't take it with you. You need to handle it right now in the time that you have to live so that you can live a better quality of life. So let me just break this stuff down to you guys. So my mission is to help 200 more people by the end of this year get into the 700 Club. That is my absolute mission this year. So let's jump into it. Personal credit, the foundation. What is credit? Credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay it back later. Hey, look, let me borrow this. I'll pay it back to you later. Now, to the extent that creditors consider you worthy of their trust, you are said to be credit worthy or have good credit. So basically, if you're somebody who pays things back on time, they're going to stamp you as good credit, right? Trustworthy, credit worthy. If you're somebody who doesn't pay things on time, they're going to stamp you with the bad credit label, right? And everybody's going to know that when it comes to lenders, banks, and stuff like that. So, credit is your financial power. It helps you to get the things that you need now, like a loan or a car or credit cards, based on your promise to pay later. Working to improve your credit helps to ensure that you will qualify for loans when you need them. So, basically what this is saying is that you need to actually start focusing on your credit now and not when you're ready to go get something. A lot of people, they want to go get the house, right? And then they want to check their credit the week before they go start applying for houses. That's not what you want to do. You want to focus on and have an idea of what your credit is looking like before you ever go and apply for anything. So, your credit can determine a lot. It can determine your lifestyle and your quality of life. It can determine where you live because certain places won't allow you to live there if your credit isn't up to par. And it might not just be the credit score. It might be the profile. What kind of items do you have on your report? It can determine what you drive, right? You might not be able to get a higher end car if your credit doesn't allow you to go get approved. It also can affect your health because, there's different credit cards out here like Care Credit and different cards that you can get, But if your credit isn't up to par, then you can't get that, right? A lot of chicks out here getting their bodies done, getting all types of stuff. You can actually do that with the CARE credit card, right? You want to get your teeth done. All these different cosmetic things that you might want for yourself or for somebody in your family. Your kids might need braces, all types of stuff. Credit is going to affect that, right? It can affect where you work. It can affect how you vacation, because a lot of these credit cards, when you start getting good credit, a lot of these credit cards have crazy bonuses and allowing people to travel for free or travel for super discounted rates or get into the best places in the hotel because they're part of their clubs, right? These different card clubs. So, and it can also affect your relationship. Like I mentioned before, I was hesitant to get married because of all the things that I knew that came with it that I knew my credit wasn't ready for. So it can definitely affect your relationship. I know there's guys out there that are going through what I went through. So I want to let you guys know that there's going to be 2 bonuses if you watch all the way to the end. One of the bonuses is going to be the secret that the credit repair agencies and companies, they don't want me to tell you. They want me to keep holding this back from you guys. It's how they make money from you, right? So I'm going to show it to you guys exactly what they do. The next thing is I'm going to give you guys a few credit builder cards you can apply for right now. And you'll get approved even if your credit isn't that great. So if you do need to start adding accounts, I'm going to give you guys a list of cards that you can go and apply for right now and start building up your credit real fast. So how is your credit score calculated? Your credit score is calculated in 5 different sections, right? The most important section of your credit report is going to be your payment history. The second most important is going to be your utilization. So let me talk about these 2 things. When it comes to your payment history, do you have late payments? Do you have collections? If you have any of those things, it's going to drastically drop your credit score. So out of 850 points, 35% of it is calculated by your payment history. So soon as you get a late payment, it's going to drop your score tremendously. After about 2 years, it stops hurting you as much, and lenders don't really hold that much weight on it. So just understand that late payments will kill your credit score, okay? The next thing is the amount owed. So that's your utilization, and I'm going to touch on that in the next slide. But basically, you want to keep your credit card utilization under 30%. Now, I realize a lot of people, I guess they don't know this. So they have their, like my mom, she religiously would just use a credit card and then pay the minimum until she got caught up on that card. And then she would move over to the next card, use that up, and then pay the minimum until she's caught up, right? But so she's never missed a payment in her entire life. And she's like 60 something, right? But the fact that she's keeping her utilization over like 50% at all times, her score is never breaking past 650 because of the utilization factor, right? So literally her score started going up. As soon as I told her this information, she started getting her cards back under 30% and working on some other ones, and her score started going up. So soon as you get the card from above 30, your scores are going to start going up. So remember that, okay? So the next 3 things that make up your credit score, 15% is your credit history. So basically they want to know how long have you had credit. So if you have student loans or a mortgage, things like that, they help a lot. But when it comes to your credit cards, a lot of people might not have had cards for a long time if they have bad credit. But if you have a credit card, now this is the average of all of your credit, okay? So you can add different cards on there to get some age, and there's some things that I'll teach you in some later slides to add age, but age is 15%. All right, so when it comes to your credit mix, they basically want to see that you have a different mix of credit cards, installment loans, and stuff like that. Not just all credit cards or not all installment loans. They want to see like, a mix of, let's say, some student loans, some credit cards, and an auto loan. That's a nice mix, right? So the next and the last thing is the new credit, and that's where your inquiries come into play. Now, each inquiry can hurt you anywhere between 4 to 10 points. So let's just say 5 points, okay? And you got 10 inquiries. Well, that's 50 points right there. And all inquiries that are not attached to open accounts can be removed. So let's say you apply for a Capital One card, you didn't get approved. Well, then you need to remove that inquiry because there's no point in you carrying it on your credit report if you don't actually have the account. It's only but weighing you down. Now, the way inquiries is a tongue twister. The way they work is, so as soon as you get it, it's going to be hurting you a lot. And the closer it gets to 2 years, the less it's going to hurt you. So after 2 years, they're actually supposed to fall off. So sometimes people have inquiries on their report that are older than 2 years old. Well, you need to dispute them and have them removed, okay? There's no point in them being on your credit report, making you look bad to lenders. So back to the credit utilization and what it should look like. You should pay your credit cards under 30%. The balance should be under 30% for your score to stop going down and pay off completely for good practices. And then you want to pay it to under 9% if you want your score to be going up every month, right? So let's say you got $1,000 credit card. You want to make sure that by the due date, okay? Now let me give y'all everything, right? So the way it works is when you look at your credit card statement, there's going to be two important dates. The first important date is going to be the due date. The second important date is going to be the post date or the statement date. It can be, they name it different ones for different companies. So the due date is the date that you need to make sure that you pay your minimum payment. If you miss that, that's when they start hitting you with late fees or late payments and stuff like that, right? So you want to make sure that you make that payment. The next thing you need to make sure you understand is the post date or the statement date. This is the date that your credit card company reports your balance to the bureau. So let's just say you got $1,000 card. You want to make sure that by the due date, you pay the minimum balance at least. But by the statement date, you need to make sure that you got that thing under 30%. So you paid at least $700 of that card off, at least, or your score is going to be going down. Now what you got to realize is like soon, a few days pass, you're going to have the money right back. This is something I had to get my family and myself trained for that. Like, look, we don't need the cash just sitting there so you can look at it like it look cool. Like, no. Do we want power with credit or not, right? And this is something that you got to basically start saying to yourself. A lot of people have money sitting in their dresser, sitting in their bank account. It's not doing nothing for you. They literally print money. Money is nothing. It's literally like money is a tool. And you have to understand how to use it and utilize it the right way so that you don't actually, you're not a slave to it, okay? You have to understand how it works so that you can utilize it like you utilize tools, okay? So that's my little rant on that. So 2 things that you can do today to instantly boost your credit scores. Number 1, lower the utilization under 9% to stop the bleeding and start having your score go up. And then the next thing is get added as an authorized user. So getting added as an authorized user is simple as this. So let's say my mom, she has a Discover card with a $10,000 limit for 15 years. I say, hey, Mom, I'm trying to build my credit up. Could you add me as an authorized user on your Discover card? She says yes. Now, what's going to happen is Discover is going to send her an additional card saying this is for your authorized user. At that time, she can simply just cut the card up. I'll never actually get access to it. And now all of the positive history that my mom's had over the last 15 years, that $10,000 limit. So I'm going to get the age, the positive history, and the credit limit. I'm going to get all 3 of those things, right? By her just simply adding me as an authorized user. And it's so easy. All you have to do is call the company. Some of them allow you to do it online. And you just put in whoever wants to be an authorized user, is usually their name, their birthday, and the last 4 of their social or their full social. Doesn't even matter, right? So once again, whoever becomes an authorized user, they're not going to get access to the account. It's not going to hurt the person that's allowing them to become an authorized user. None of that stuff. It's a smooth process, and this process was put in place for people to be able to help their family, like their kids and stuff, build their credit up. So, or let's say, my kids are older. I got an Amex card. I want them to actually get access to it too. I can add them as an authorized user and give them a card and they can go use it, right? So that's why it helps to build credit. But we ain't doing that. We just using it solely to help you to build up your credit instantly today. So how do you repair your own credit? So the first step is you need to pull your 3 bureau reports with Identity IQ. Not Credit Karma, none of that stuff. You need a professional service. Even Experian, the paid version is cool, but I recommend Identity IQ. I'll put a link below for you guys, where it allows you to see your credit report. I'm going to show you in a few slides ahead, but it allows you to see your credit report on each of the 3 bureaus. So you can see if there's any inaccuracies or anything like that, because the law states that your credit report needs to be 100% accurate, verifiable, and consistent. So if there's inconsistencies, we can use that against them. So what you want to do is you want to look for the negative items and dispute them. So any collections, charge-offs, accounts with late payments, if you can close them, judgments, evictions, student loans, child support, repos, it doesn't matter, right? And there's 2 laws that have been put in place by the government to protect you and I, the consumer, against the credit bureaus and collection agencies. The first one is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And this is used for us to go against the credit bureaus, okay? And then the second one, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, is used against collection agencies, okay, and creditors. So right here is an Identity IQ account. I wanted to show you guys what it looked like. And this is a negative account. As you can see, this is a collection, okay? If you look in the account type, it says collection. So that's how you can tell. And then also you're going to see payment status says a collection charge off, okay? Here's a charge off account. This was a credit card that is now charged off. You can tell that it's a charge-off account because it says account type credit card. It doesn't say collection off rip, right? But the payment status is it is in collections or charged off now. So this is the charge-off account. This is the negative account. This is going to be an account that you will want to dispute and have removed. And I'm going to show you some things right now so that you can get it removed. Really quick, let me just look at this one before I even go to the next. So if you look right here at the credit card limit, right? You see this says 1,400 and then this one here says 0. This is an inconsistency. So something you could do is you could write your dispute letter, which I'll show you, send it into Experian saying, hey, look, Experian, y'all saying that my credit limit was 1,400, but Equifax is saying that it was 0. There's some inconsistency here. I don't know why you guys are reporting 2 different things, but regardless, I need it removed. You ain't arguing with the bureau. You're just telling them the outcome that you want. You don't, just tell them the outcome that you want. It's inconsistent. We understand that that's against the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and you need to remove it because you're reporting inaccurate information on my credit report, which is 100% illegal. Also, what I want you to understand is how could the limit been 0 if they saying that you spent $1,700, right? So that's another way that you could dispute this account. Just, so right here is a positive account. As you can see, everything is green. It says current. Now the person on this was added as an authorized user. So, but nonetheless, this was a current account. And I just want to show you what that looks like. It's all green, no reds, no blacks. So the next step in your credit repair process is going to be freezing the secondary bureaus. The secondary bureaus are LexisNexis, CoreLogic, ARS, SageStream, and there's a few more. Now, when you freeze these secondary bureaus, these are secondary credit bureaus that house our information. So if you've ever disputed something and it came back verified, right? It's because the credit bureaus are typically going to these secondary bureaus they're getting the information and they're sending it back to you saying it's verified. But lo and behold, this whole time you had the option to opt out of the secondary bureaus and actually suppress your information from being shared. So most people don't know this. So they're going out here, they're trying to dispute these items, but they're coming back verified all the time. So what you want to do is you want to go to these websites, each of these, and I want you to do a Google search too on secondary bureaus and then find out exactly what information is how. So like for instance, CoreLogic and LexisNexis. I know CoreLogic holds a lot of the inquiries, public notes, and stuff like that. So and LexisNexis holds a lot of your rental history and stuff like that. So if you ever had an eviction and stuff like that, I actually had somebody come to me this week with that. And I told them to go freeze their LexisNexis so that the people that are pulling your report can't see the old eviction that you had, right? And lo and behold, they were able to do that. And then they were able to get approved for the new place that they was looking for, right? So make sure that you go and opt out of these secondary bureaus so that they can stop verifying your information when we dispute it. The next step is a debt validation letter. So all of the negative accounts that you have on your report, you want to put them onto a letter like this. You want to put the account name, the date it was opened, the type of account, and everything, right? And you want to send it into the credit bureaus because the onus is on the credit bureaus. The proof of burden is on them. So when you send in the initial debt validation letter, you're just telling them, hey, look, I see that you're reporting this account on my report. There's no validity to this. Can you validate it for me? Now, they have two options. Either they going to validate it and say that it's verified and it's your account, or if they don't find anything, they're going to delete the account, right? So let's say they come back and they say, hey, it was verified. One, you want to make sure that you freeze the secondary bureaus. Now, you want to send in another letter and you want to ask them, how did y'all verify that? When you do this, there's going to be two options. Either they're going to respond or they're going to delete it, or they're not going to respond. If they respond and tell you how they verified it, what you need to do is go to that secondary bureau and opt out. Or if they say that the creditor verified it, then you want to send one of those debt validation letters to them and ask them, hey, send me all of the documents that you have proving that this account is mine. 9.9.9.9% of the time, it's capped. Like the information, they never send all of the information. So at that point, you want to take that information and you want to send it in to what I call the CFPB, which I'm going to talk to you guys about later. But if they send in a bunch of bogus stuff, I would just send in the letter to the credit bureau saying, hey, look, I asked them to verify it. They didn't provide me all of the information. Now I need you to remove the account, right? So the next thing that you can do is what I was showing you guys earlier, which is called factual disputing. As you can see, you see where it says date opened? These are inconsistent, right? This says 11, 20, 1101, 1101. Inconsistent, right? Let's look for another inconsistency. And the date last reported. Now, the date last reported is typically the date that you made your last payment. So check this out. Both of these have inconsistencies. So what you want to do when you're actually using this method, because what you see right here is all of these are inconsistent. What you want to do is pick one and dispute it at a time. You don't want to dispute multiple ones, right? So let's say the date last active. We want to send a letter to TransUnion saying, hey, I was looking at my credit report. I realized that you were reporting this date, but Experian was reporting this, and then Equifax was reporting this. Once again, this is an inconsistency in my credit report. It's holding me back. I don't know why you guys are reporting inaccurate information if you guys are all supposed to be getting the information and verifying it from the same source. So at this point, I just need it removed, right? Simple, simple, simple. And now if they don't remove it, the next thing is you want to go to another reason. And you want to make sure you continuously do this until they remove it. Now, I want to let you know, if they remove it from TransUnion, but not Equifax, then you want to send in a letter to Equifax saying, hey, I disputed this with all of you guys. TransUnion removed it because it was supposed to be removed. You guys need to remove it as well and use that proof. That is factual disputing and looking for errors, okay, guys? So stop applying for new credit cards during your credit repair process. You have no idea how many times people tell me, hey, look, I just applied for this during the credit repair. I'm like, what are you doing? Inquiries bring down your credit report. New accounts are going to bring down your credit report, right? So you have to make sure that your credit report is able to handle that before you just keep applying for stuff. You have no idea how many times people are just applying, knowing that they're not even going to get approved. Come on, guys. So stick around to the end for the secret dispute tips, okay? So now that you've cleared the negative items off your credit, how do you start building good credit, right? You get new credit. It's as simple as that. So here's how. This is my method of building up credit, right? This is what I did where, like, literally my credit was in the dumps. I was able to fix up my credit within about 3 months. And then within the next 6 months, guys, I was able to acquire over $150,000 in business funding for my business. And now my business is on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even going to get into it, but let's just say that I have enough ad spend to be able to constantly run advertisements and grow my business. New people are finding out about me daily and finding out about my products and my services, and I'm always going to be able to eat because of the funding, the business funding, right? Being able to have good credit and being able to leverage it to get business credit. So here we go. How you should start rebuilding your credit is I would start with a secured card. I will go to my local credit union and I will get a secured card with them. Okay? That's number one. That's just one secured card. Now, if you're starting over with no positive credit, that's definitely what you want to do. The next thing is you want to start nurturing that secured card. You want to pay it for at least, well, you want to pay it all the way off, but you want to make sure you're making those on-time payments for the next 6 months, okay? This is very, very important to you starting getting positive payment history because, like I said, it's 35% of your score. So any help matters, okay? So make your payments on time, pay down to zero every month. This shows the banks that you're not in need of money, but you know how to use it when it's available. Ask for a credit line increase every 6 months. So if you need age or more accounts or you're lacking anywhere, add these trade lines. So before applying for new credit, right, what I want you guys to do is fill out pre-approvals. I want you to go to discover.com, NavyFederal.com. If you're not in Navy Federal, the play is basically call up Navy Federal, let them know, hey, look, one of my grandparents was in the military. I don't have any of their information anymore. And they'll let you right in right now because Navy Federal is a relationship bank. They don't let anybody in there, but they give out large credit limits. So Navy Federal is definitely a bank that'll give you the bag, and you definitely want to start building a relationship with them, even if it's just with the secured card. So another thing you want to do is fill out their pre-approval for Amex, see if you pre-qualify for any of their card or offers. And now I want to talk to you guys about trade lines. So there's primary trade lines and there's authorized user trade lines. A trade line is essentially any account that's reporting on your credit report, okay? So when you want to, add age or start building some positive history, you're going to need trade lines, right? Either from yourself or as an authorized user. You definitely want to start building your own primary trade lines first. So some good ones that you can start using is Self Lender, Credit Strong. These are two sites that allow you to basically pay to start getting some lines reported on your credit. Now, Self Lender, when you pay, you actually get the money back and be able to use it. Credit Strong allows you to pay, a couple $100, but get larger lines reported on your report so that when you actually go out you want to get approved for things, they're going to see that you've been managing, larger lines of credit. Another really popular one, and one that I highly, highly recommend, is Rental Karma. Now, most people who rent, they're at a disadvantage because rent doesn't report on your credit. Well, Rental Karma allows you to set it up where you actually can have your rent reporting on your credit, right? So that's very, very huge because most rents over $1,000. It's a nice solid trade line, especially they give you the option to be able to report your rent from back to 5 years ago. So all of that history you can add on to your credit as well. Now, if you need like an auto loan, because like I said, they like to see you have a nice mix, and if you want to get an auto loan added onto your report, then you can use something like Swap a Lease. This is where people are trying to get out of their leases, and you can actually hop on, even if it's at the very end, right? And get that trade line reporting on your credit report. If you need to go get funded or you need to go apply for something and you need a stronger report, this will be an opportunity for you to do that when you have the auto trade line reporting on your report. Now, if you need an authorized user trade line, some places you can go is Coastal Trade Lines, Trade Line Supply. Now, this is what you want to do if you need age, or you need a nice limit on your credit report, or you just need to actually increase your credit report, your credit score a little bit. Adding yourself as authorized user on these accounts, it's going to be heavy for you, right? Now, listen. I don't like to just talk about trade lines because a lot of people like this, they just think that they can just add them on and increase their score. But in reality, what you want to do is you want to focus on your profile. You want a clean profile, then you add the trade lines on when it comes to the authorized users, because they're not yours, right? And the banks can see that. They want to see you building your own primary lines first. Now, if you need, like I said, to buffing up your profile with age and stuff like that, then adding yourself as an authorized user or getting some trade lines that are authorized users are definitely beneficial. Some other places you can go to get them is friends and family. Something I would do is ask all my friends, all my family members that are close to me, like, hey, you got good credit. You got any cards? You can add me on as an authorized user. I'm trying to build my credit up. They're going to get the card. You're never going to get the card. Nobody gets hurt on their end. Nobody gets hurt on your end as long as the card stays positive. So it's a win-win, right? They're helping you out and you helping you out. And also, if you need trade lines, you can come to us. We actually are partnered with the trade line broker as well, where we have about 1,500 different trade lines every single day on the market for you guys to be able to, use and increase your scores and buffing up your profile. So like I said, get added as an authorized user. This can help establish many areas of your credit profile, such as age, credit utilization, number of accounts, and strengthen your payment history. All right, what I just shared with you guys are the foundational pillars of building and maintaining a 750 credit score. That's the sauce, right? But I got more for you guys, because right now, this is the time where I share with you exactly what they don't want you to know, okay? And this is the secret dispute process that literally has a 90% deletion rate. So I'm about to give y'all the sauce. But before I even jump into that, because I'm going to give y'all that, I want to introduce you guys to my DIY credit repair challenge, okay? Because there's a lot of you guys that are watching this that are like, yo, I need some actionable steps to take to be able to repair my credit. Like I seen the letters. I took a course before. I paid somebody to do it for me before. I didn't get results. Well, right now I'm about to tell you that this is the course that's going to stop all of that, right? Because it's a full course plus ebook, literally breaking down everything. So with the information that I gave you guys already today, you have two options right now. Either you can try and go at this alone, leaving you getting all frustrated, slow results, or even worse, not getting any results at all, right? Because I gave you a lot of steps today, right? But the only way you're going to get results is if you actually execute on the steps that I gave you, right? You go out, you repair your credit. You go out, you start rebuilding it. And then you start leveraging it. But you got to follow the steps, and it's a process. So the worst thing that could happen to you after you get off of this is if you take no action at all and get no results at all, right? Or better yet, you actually go take some actions, but you don't exactly do the right steps, and then you get no results at all. this is going to lead to stress. And that's exactly what I do not want you to do, because fixing your credit is not actually as difficult as you may think. We have the credit repair process down to a T, and I'm ready to share it with you guys. So what will your life look like after 90 days with your new 700, 720, or even a 750 credit score? Is it that new house you're going to buy, your dream house? Is it that new car you want to buy, your dream car? Or is it, your feet in the sand, right? Cell phone in one hand, drink in the next hand, taking pics, on vacation, because your credit cards are now paying you to go on vacation, right? Because what a lot of people don't know is that by simply having good credit, you now have access to different credit cards that have reward points, that have travel points, that have cash back, right? That will literally pay you for spending your regular expenses on their credit card. They're going to pay you, right? And now you can take trips and do cool things on their expense, right? By literally living your regular life. But you will not have access to these cards if you don't have good credit, right? So what exactly will your life look like in the next 30 to 90 days when you fix up your credit? Right? So if you want to see results fast, you want the fast pass to having good credit, then you need to get your behind inside of the DIY credit repair challenge, right? It's a 7-step guide to a 700 credit score. 700 plus, okay? Guys, it's a full course plus an ebook, right? And it's step by step, breaking down every little thing that you need to do to understand how credit works and then repair it and then start building it up, right? So that you can get approvals, okay? Approvals, that's the name of the game. Get approved, okay? It's 50 plus templates. So I got a template for everything that you can imagine when it comes to credit, okay? Collections, medical collections, repossessions, bankruptcies, inquiries, charge-offs, student loans, right? Templates to help you dispute and remove everything. But on top of that, guys, I'm giving you guys 30 plus videos that I made. 30 plus videos, literally step by step through the whole credit repair process. So you're going to know exactly how to structure your credit report after you repair it. You're going to learn how to repair it. You're going to learn how to structure it so that you can get those approvals, right? You're going to also get access to all of my past credit classes, credit repair classes that I made in the past that have helped a lot of people that people actually paid for. You're actually going to get access to that. And on top of it, I'm going to be giving you guys my collection removal mastery class, teaching you how to remove negative items from your credit report in as fast as 7 to 14 days, okay? So typically all of that stuff, and that's the stuff they don't want you to know. The collection removal mastery, like credit repair companies don't want you to know that because that's their process. And I'm giving it to you, okay? So typically all of this is $497. I usually sell this course for $497. Right now, today, and today only, it's $197. So you got to act fast if you want to go ahead and get your hands on this deal. Okay?
Hey, so I recently reached out to my good friend, the Credit Bull, and he has been teaching me how to repair my credit on my own. I signed up for the 90-day credit repair challenge, and I'm already getting results. I removed 10 inquiries, my credit score has gone up, and I'm telling you, if you want results and you want to learn how to do it for yourself, you have to hit up the Credit Bull now.
So that's one of the members inside of the DIY credit repair challenge, and you can see what she said. You see what she said, what happened to her credit. There's no reason for her to get on here and cat, you know what I'm saying? Like I put this all across social media for people to see the results that people are getting. So why would she, just cat? So that's crazy, right? So here's another member, some results from them. And actually this guy went from in the high 6s to the 700s all across the board in literally 4 days, okay? 4 days. I can't make this up, guys. I literally cannot make this up. Wow, here's another testimonial.
Hey, big bro, I just wanted to thank you, man. I was able to get one of the things off of my Experian that had been haunting me for a long time, since like 2017. So right now I'm in the middle of getting it removed from TransUnion and Equifax, but I'm all good on Experian. So like I said, I wanted to thank you, bro. And shit, you be sharing them nuggets for sure. But don't forget to come up with that manufacturer spending technique, bro. I need that. No
man,
cap.
Going crazy. He going crazy.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch, man. Just let me know.
Okay, he going crazy. So this was one of the members inside. He followed some of the processes. He asked me a question. And I wish I had a screenshot of when it was when he asked me the question to when he got some results, right? because it was really fast. It was literally in less than a month that this dude got some results, right? And on top of that, he got some more big news. Boom, right? He got approved for $25K with Navy Federal, following the steps and understanding how to start building and rebuilding and leveraging your credit, and how to actually go out here and get approvals, right? I actually have a part inside of the course where it teaches you how to get approved for credit cards, how to get approved for high limit credit cards, and how to go about applying at the banks, right? I show you how to move. So on top of that, here's another person got $20K in student loan debt removed from their credit report. Now, I'm not telling you that when you remove student loans, like, you don't owe them anymore, but yo, if you're trying to get approved for something and you can get the account removed from your report, you got to do it, right? $20,000 in debt. So if they wanted to get those accounts removed, they would have to pay $20,000. But no, they got them removed by understanding how credit repair works. Here's some more results. Tiffany, I got approved for Discover. 8K limit. Somebody else here went up 46 points. Get out of here, man. Progress. About to be at a 6. And actually, I talked to this dude recently. He said he went up 86 points. Members are excited. Went up 9 points. Almost at the 700 club. Another step towards my goal of helping people get to the 700 club, right? Learn how to remove negative accounts from your report. Here's another person. This was just recently, too. And they had what? 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts removed from their credit. And he had more than that, too. Okay, here's another person. 20 items deleted from their credit report. Up 37 points. Up 33 points. 20 items, 20 negative items that you would either have to pay or settle, removed from your credit report. Come on, guys. Bye-bye to the hard inquiries, right? Once you get inside of here, you're going to understand exactly how to remove hard inquiries. It's really not something that's hard for us to do. But as you can see, hard inquiries hurt your credit score anywhere between 4 to 10 points. So if you got, right here, there's 4. Let's say they're 5 points each. So that's 20 points, right? That's the difference between being at a 680 and a 700. So it matters. Here's another person, another 20K limit. Oh, this is actually my fiance. Got approved. 20K at Navy Federal. Following the play, right? Fixing up her credit. Her credit was shot out. She had tons of inquiries on there. We just followed the play and we removed the inquiries, right? We actually did this again a few weeks ago. She had some inquiries on her report because when you start getting onto the business side that I talk about, you can remove the inquiries. We removed the inquiries. Okay, here's another person. Up 52 points. Up 48 points. Come on, guys. This was today. This was today, guys. I'm telling you the date. July 7th. This was today. Okay, here's another person, right, that was in the course. They took the information. They went out and they got approved for, I think it was actually a penthouse in New York City. I don't want to share all of her business, right? But come on now. She got approved. She couldn't get approved because she had some things that were going on her credit report. She needed to freeze her secondary bureaus and stuff like that and remove some things. And once she was able to do that, approval. Okay? So what's inside? Like I said, it's 30 plus videos walking you through their lessons, walking you through the fundamentals of credit, how to fix your credit, how to repair it, how to start rebuilding it, and how to get approvals. Okay? Everything you need to know to bully the bureaus. I'm all about aggressive disputing, right? There's multiple ways that you can go out disputing, and I recommend doing them all, okay? It doesn't hurt you to keep disputing, okay? So what to do about student loans? I give you a whole class on what to do with student loan debt, how to fix it, okay? How to strategically apply for credit cards, how to get high limit credit cards and fund your dreams, okay? Because the reason I wanted to fix my credit, it wasn't to get a house or a car. It was literally so that I could be able to afford to invest into my business because I knew I had something that people needed, but I needed to get it in front of more people. And the way I was able to do that was leveraging other people's money by building up my credit. Simple as that. With any business, anything that you want to do, you can literally fix up your credit and then go leverage it and get funding for your business, okay? $197. For the next 10 people only. This is usually $497, okay? $500. I'm giving it to you guys today for $197, right? And here's some more results. Right? This person had one, two, three, four negative items removed from their credit report, right? 4 negative items. And wait, boy, not even a month. It wasn't even a month, right? And he had more items removed than that too. Here's another person, right? I just got approved for a Navy Federal card for $20,000. I was wondering, should I shut down my other accounts? Absolutely not. That's what I told him. Absolutely not. Because it's going to lower your credit score. And that's the kind of relationship that I got with my members and people that work with me. It's like, yo, you asked me a question. You invested into me. You invested into yourself. Because it's not even about investing into me. It's about investing into you. Because the more people I can help, the more money I'm obviously going to make. So I'm out here trying to help everybody. I'm trying to give everybody the sauce because I want to see people win. The reason I went so hard with learning credit and learning how credit repair works is because I wanted to come back and give back. Because nobody ever taught this stuff to me. There were so many things that I just felt like I was in the dark. You mean to tell me that I could build up my credit, go get high limit credit cards, and invest into real estate? Invest into a car business. Invest into any business. Like the business my dad always wanted to talk about. Like go get a tire shop. We can actually go do that. We're actually looking at properties like, okay, should we go here? Should we go there? Why? Because I fixed up my credit and I'm able to leverage it. Right? This dude got approved for $20,000. He came to me and his credit wasn't where he wanted it to be. He got it to where he wanted it to be. And then he went out and he learned how to leverage it and how to apply it. So on top of all the sauce that I'm going to be giving y'all inside of my course, I'm literally giving away 2 more bonuses that'll blow your mind. My Fund Me Please, right? How to get $250K in business funding. Because there's one thing to tell you guys about it. It's another thing to show you, right? Once I teach you how to fish and I show you how to go out here and apply for banks and how to structure your credit report, bruh, you're going to be able to eat for a lifetime. You're going to be able to show your family, your friends, your business partners, people you care about how to do this. If they don't care, then whatever. You got the sauce, okay? The next thing I'm going to be giving away is how to perform a full credit sweep. Sometimes disputing gets tough, right? There's things that won't come off. Well, maybe you need to do the credit sweep route, right? Remove everything. And I show you how to do that. So that at the end of the day, you're going to get results and be able to remove the things that are on your credit because you have so many methods. There's nobody out there that's giving all of this stuff out. I guarantee you. I'm in all the mentorships. I went through all the mentorships to learn how to repair credit, right? All of them. Ain't nobody giving away as many things as I'm giving away. I'm giving you so many different strategies and tactics to remove things off your credit. It is ridiculous. And today only, it is $197. So those books both are about $200 each, right? But today I'm giving them away for free, okay? So now for the bonuses, right? The secret dispute method. You want to pull your credit report. The next thing that you want to do is you want to freeze the secondary bureaus, all of them, okay? And then all the accounts that are negative, you want to file an FTC report, right? File an FTC report. Once you file that affidavit with the FTC, you're going to have it. And then you want to file a complaint against the credit bureaus with your FTC report, right? After you've done that, you're going to get an email saying that the company is investigating it. That's when you want to call the bureau and call the dispute section and say you want to check on your dispute. And at that time, you want to let them know, like, hey, I sent in my documentation. This account is not supposed to be on my credit report. Can you please remove it? That's how I got everything off of my credit report, guys. Everything, right? But listen, this is a don't miss dispute process that works 90% of the time. And if you want to know exactly how this process works and see it, make sure you get inside the DIY Credit Repair Challenge because I'm going to show you. So also, here's some personal credit cards that you can get right now, even if you have bad credit, because it's not going to require a hard inquiry, which means they're not going to pull and look at your credit. So the first card right here, take a screenshot, write this down, is the X1 Visa credit card, okay? The next card is the One Finance card. And you just want to Google all of these. The next one is the Tomo card. Okay? The next one is the Jasper MasterCard. And the last one is the Deserve.edu MasterCard. And that's for people who have an edu email. You might have been a student. You might still be a student. You can go ahead and get that card too, right? And this is important because you can add these to your profile, because when you want to start going to get high limit credit cards, applying at Navy Federal and stuff like that, you want to have at least 2 trade lines reporting on your credit report. So, if you don't want to go with secured cards and stuff like that at your credit unions, then these are great options for you to go ahead and apply for, to add those personal primary trade lines on your report so that you can go ahead and get those approvals. This is the most important part about building your credit, is actually having positive credit reporting on your report. So getting a card and making those on-time payments, that's the most important part. So, and also, here's some business credit cards that you can get. So if you have a business, you have an LLC, an S Corp, or whatever, you can go here. You can go to Divvy, right? And they're a soft pull. They look at your business and your personal banking history. So with Divvy, basically, you need to load up your bank account for at least 3 months, right? All of your expenses and everything need to be going into your business checking account, right? And the good thing about Divvy is they actually report to Dun & Bradstreet, which helps you to build your business credit profile and your business credit score. The next one is CAP, or CAPE, $10,000 max limit, and they do a soft pull from Experian. They're not going to pull your report, but they also look at your business and your personal banking history. Now, these are all fintech banks. Basically, they don't care about your credit report. They just want to see what your finances are looking like, right? So the next one is Sam's Club, and they have a store card, and they have a business MasterCard. You need to have at least a 76 business credit score for their no PG MasterCard. So if you don't have a business credit score built up, the only thing you'll be able to get approved for is their store card. But at the end of the day, it's still a card, right? And then the next thing is Clear Bank, right? Not Clear Bank, Clear Bank. And they're big for e-commerce types of businesses. They'll check your PayPal and your Stripe and stuff like that, and your business bank accounts as well. So that's a good bank that you can go ahead and get funding from, even if you don't have any business credit and your personal credit is not good. And the last thing, right, is I want to let you guys know you got to take action, right? Make sure you get inside the DIY Credit Repair Challenge, because this is the only thing you can get with a 400 credit score. And there ain't nothing there, all right? There ain't nothing there. So take action today, guys. Once again, you're going to get access to my course, my ebook, and 2 bonuses, right, for the people that take action today, because I love working with action takers, because you see the results that I be getting for people. People are excited to work with me because they get results and they want to go out and they want to leverage their credit. They want to get stuff. They want to do stuff, because at the end of the day, life is about living in the lifetime that you got to live it. So you might as well fix your credit and start living life. My name is Mikhail Bennett. Guys, take action, click, and get access to the DIY Credit Repair Challenge below. You won't regret it, and I'll see you guys on the inside.